How you doing? I'm Darren with Kickin Barbecue. If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today, we're talking brisket, and we're going to be cooking on the brand new Pit Boss Pro Series 1600. I've only fired up this cooker once, and it was to do my initial review and burn off video, but I wanted my first cook to be something special, and my favorite thing to cook is brisket, so that's what we're going to be doing. This brisket I got from 1855 Beef. It's a prime brisket. It looks wonderful. It feels super tender. You can see I already have it all trimmed up. If you're interested in seeing how I trimmed it, I'm going to link my previous video up top. But I'll also be having how to trim a brisket video coming out real soon, so I'll link that when the time comes. We're going to be seasoning this brisket with Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. It's my absolute favorite rub on brisket. It's all I use now for at home and catering and all that stuff. It's a wonderful rub and it is beautiful on brisket. So let's quit the talking, let's get in and let's prep this brisket. Okay guys, in order to prep this brisket, it's super simple. We're gonna flip it over, we're gonna start with the back side. We're gonna take just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce as a binder, get that all rubbed around. This is completely optional. This is just how I do it, and I'm a little superstitious and OCD, so this is how I'm gonna keep doing it. Now, at that point, we're just gonna take our Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. We're just gonna season our brisket. I like to do the bottom side first. And if you haven't tried this stuff yet, I couldn't recommend it more. If you wanna save a little money and give it a shot, go to Sucklebuster's website and use code ASHKICKIN and save 15% on your order. It's really good stuff. It's good on pork, it's good on chicken, but it's awesome on beef, specifically brisket. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and kind of press that in. Now that we've got it flipped over, we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Go ahead with a little bit of Worcestershire, and then come in with our Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. Give a nice healthy dose all over the brisket. You want an even coat. Make sure you get everything covered. Press that in. Make sure we get our edges. Okay guys, you can see we have our brisket all seasoned up. We're gonna get this in the refrigerator uncovered and let it sit overnight. And I will see you guys in the morning when we're cooking on the brand new Pit Boss Pro Series 1600 First Cook Brisket. So we'll see you guys bright and early. Okay guys, good morning. You can see I just got the brisket on. It's looking good. I got a smoke tube over there. I often have a lot of people ask me, well, why are you using a smoke tube in a smoker? Well, I'm running at higher temps, 300 degrees, so I'm not gonna get as much smoke, so I'm using the smoke tube to supplement this. I'm using Bear Mountain pecan pellets mixed with a little bit of oak pellets. I have oak pellets in the smoke tube. So I'm gonna leave this brisket on here, let it roll for about an hour, and then we'll come out and check it out. So I will see you guys in an hour, and we'll see how this thing does. So we'll see you then. Okay guys, it's been 1 hour. Let's check on the brisket. It's looking pretty good. Got some smoke going on our smoke tube still. But yeah, she's looking pretty good. It's not starting to dry up too much. No edges are getting real crispy. So we're gonna let this go for another hour and then we'll come out and maybe give it a spritz if we have to. But right now she's looking really good, and good first cook on the Pit Boss Pro Series 1600 so far. So yeah, really excited to see how this brisket turns out. So I'm gonna set a timer for an hour and we will see you guys then. Okay guys, we are 2 hours in on the cook. Let's see how the brisket's looking. Look at that. Looking good, smelling good, starting to get some real nice color. We're looking a little dry around the edges here, so we're gonna go ahead and give a spritz, but man, that looks incredible. So in here, I just have a little bit of plain apple juice. Just gonna go ahead and give it a little spritz, focusing on the dry areas the most. And that's looking good there. So I'm gonna let this go another hour and then we'll come out and check it. We're strictly cooking to color on this. We're not cooking to an internal temperature. Once my color's right and my bark's set, that's when we're gonna go ahead and wrap it. So yeah, looking good. We'll see you guys in another hour. But so far so good with the 1600. I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, this is smelling amazing. So we will see you guys in 1 hour. Okay guys, we are 3 hours into the cook. Let's check out the brisket. Really good color, but I think I'm gonna let it go just a little bit longer. I just took the internal temp. We're at 155 to 160 degrees in the thickest part of the flat. I'm just gonna let it go a little bit longer. I'm not gonna spritz anymore. I'm gonna let this bark kind of set up a little bit more since it's already moist. So I'm gonna come back out and check in about a half hour, and we will see you guys then. Okay guys, it has been a half hour. You can see the brisket is looking really good. I think at this point we're gonna get it wrapped. We're sitting at about 160, 165 degrees, but the bark is set up nicely. Nothing's coming off on my finger. So I'm gonna get this inside and show you how we get it wrapped up. So we'll see you inside. Okay guys, you can see we have our brisket here. I wish you could smell it. It smells amazing. Got really nice color on here, really nice bark. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and get it wrapped up. First thing I like to do is take 2 sheets of aluminum foil and set them out like this in a cross pattern. And then at this point, I'm just gonna fold up one end and then get my sides like so. Same with this one. And just kind of make sure it's nice and tight on the back side here. And then what I have here is 2 cans of Campbell's beef consomme, and I'm just gonna go ahead and dump them inside of here just for a little moisture during the wrap. So we're gonna go ahead and get that in. Okay, and also at this point I like to throw it in an aluminum pan, just prevents any leaking. So we're gonna go ahead and get our consomme in there. And this is gonna make a really nice au jus for when we slice them to keep our slices moist, like so. And then it's really nice, you can just kind of tip your pan up and get everything evenly distributed. At this point, we're just gonna come in over the top here and give it a nice tight seal. Want it as tight as we can. And I'm gonna keep it in this pan for the remainder of the cook, just in case we happen to spring a leak, then we can preserve our juice. So like right here, we're kind of leaking out a little bit. Not a huge deal, but the pan will catch that, and that way we can save it. So we're gonna get this back out on the smoker. We're gonna be running at 300 degrees. In about an hour, I'll go ahead and throw a probe in just so we can watch our internal temp. But I know from past experience, about an hour, we're looking to start checking for tenderness at 210 degrees. Because we are cooking hot and fast, we want to bring our internal temperature up a little bit, give it time to get tender. The thermometer and the probe is just a guideline. What I'm really going to be feeling for is that probe tenderness, like going into warm butter. So I'm gonna get this back out in the pit, and I'll bring you guys back when it's time to get the probe in. So we will see you guys then. Okay guys, it's been 1 hour. You can see we got the probe in here now. We did have a little bit of the consomme leak out there, but not a huge deal. There's still plenty inside. That's why I used 2 cans. So we are running at an internal temperature of 185 degrees inside there right now. So we're gonna let this go until it hits 210, and then we'll come out and check it. So we will see you guys then. Okay guys, it is now 3:20. We are a little over 7 hours on this cook. The probe went off for 210 degrees internal, so I'm just going to check for tenderness, and you can see that is going in like butter. Feels super good, super tender. 210, 211 on the ThermoWorks MK4. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this inside, and I'm gonna unwrap it, and I'm gonna let it steam off for 15 minutes, and that'll allow the bark to reset itself. And then I'm gonna wrap it up and rest it for 2 hours, and then we'll come in and slice it. It's really important that you open up the foil and let it steam off and allow that bark to reset if you wanna have good bark, and just kind of stop the cooking process from having it be overcooked. So I'm gonna get it in, let it steam off for 15 minutes, let it rest for 2 hours, and then we're gonna slice into it and see how we did. So I will see you guys in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Okay guys, here's our brisket. It's rested for 2 hours. It's looking delicious. We got a great bark on there. It smells wonderful. I can't wait anymore. It's time to slice in and see how we did. All right guys, I'm gonna spin this your way. We're gonna slice into it and see how we did. Just wanna start off at the end here. Just go down. It's looking pretty good there. Nice smoke ring. See if it's tender. Super tender. had to get me a little sample before we did the taste test. Now here, we're just gonna go ahead and make our slices about the width of a number 2 pencil. See how we're looking underneath here. Oh yeah, looking good. Nice and juicy. Hopefully you can see the juice in that flat, but that's looking really good. It's got a nice smoke ring there. That's looking fantastic. We're gonna keep slicing it up. Look at that, nice and juicy, cooked great, nice smoke ring on there. That's looking really good. Now at this point, what we want to do is we can either turn it this way and we can cut down here, but I actually think that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the rest of that flat and get a few more slices out of there. We'll call that good there. The ends are a little bit overdone, but still nice and juicy, still nice and tender. So that's a plus right there. Now at this point here, we can go and scrape some of this fat off right there, set that off to the side. And then from here, we can just kind of come in and make some burnt ends if we wanted to. Super tender in the point here. This is gonna be awesome. Just cube it up. And at this point too, you could sauce them, get them on the grill. Nice piece of fatty there. That's looking pretty good. So then we'll come over here. We'll just kind of cube this up. It's a big old chunk right there. Some nice looking fatty we got there. Look how tender that is. Super tender. So yeah, here at that point, you could go ahead and get these back on the cooker, throw some sauce on there. I actually like them without sauce, but nice and juicy, nice and moist. So go ahead and get those set off to the side here. And now, all that's left to do is to taste it. So let's go ahead and give it a try. I'm super excited. Okay guys, now at this point, there's nothing left to do other than to try it. I'm super excited. I know it's gonna be delicious. First thing I'm gonna try is a little barky bite here. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's absolutely delicious. That Tailgater's barbecue party rub just comes through awesome. It's super savory, got a nice pepper punch to it. It's a great brisket rub. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and give our flat a shot here. You can tell it's still super moist right there. Hopefully you guys can pick that up. Try the pull test. Effortlessly, super good. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Man, that's a super beefy brisket. It hits all the notes that you're looking for in a brisket. It's savory, it's smoky, it's absolutely delicious. Guys, I'm telling you, on your next brisket, go to Suckle Busters, get you some of this Tailgater's barbecue party rub, use my code, save 10%. You won't regret it. But hey, the Pit Boss Pro Series 1600 did its job. This was a great brisket cook. It was absolutely awesome. Great smoke ring, great bark. Everything went well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time.